Hey, Pole Nutrition Team. Hope you're having a great day so far. Going to change things up a little bit today. Have Mike Scotus joining me. We're going to do a little interview on the ideal team player. So for starters, Mike, I know you've read the book, The Ideal Team Player. You're a proponent of the concept behind it. What would you say is your single biggest takeaway from the ideal team player?
Thanks, Greg. I guess my biggest takeaway from the ideal team player is the theme of emotional intelligence. I think what the ideal team player describes is somebody who has, as you said, EI, the emotional intelligence. Daniel Goldstein wrote a great article about what makes a leader, and he talked about emotional intelligence. And one of the takeaways is emotional intelligence is twice as important as technical ability or cognitive skills and that, and it really defines how successful a company is going to be. When you look at the elements of emotional intelligence, we talk about it, but what does it look like? Well, Lencioni talks about humble, hungry, and smart. What Goldstein did is he kind of broke that down a little further, and it really aligns with what Lencioni said. He talked about the 5 pieces of emotional intelligence. The first 2 are self-awareness and then self-regulation, which are really a lot of align with humility. It's about knowing yourself, getting constructive feedback, and knowing how you interact and work with others. The third part of that is motivation. Aligns very well with being hungry, doing things for the sake of doing them, never being satisfied, always looking for ways to improve in that. And the last 2, really kind of the big part of that, he refers to are empathy and social skills, which align pretty well with being smart. And the idea of being empathetic is being aware of what you do and what you say and how it affects other people, because the idea is that we want to move things forward. We want to influence others. We want to move in a specific direction. So that's what being smart is. It's being friendliness with a purpose. It's the ability to network and build rapport and common ground with folks, because we work on teams. That's a big part of getting the results in the company. And I guess to kind of sum that up, I think I can take what John Maxwell said. He said, in order to get results, you got to have that relationship. And so that all comes back to the ideal team player, somebody who works well with on a team.
All right, thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. So I've got one more question for you today. What would be your advice to someone who is looking to become a better team player or even a more ideal team player? What would you say to that person?
In order to really become an ideal team player, Greg, I think the key is getting that constructive feedback. People who are humble seek feedback and look to get better. They're motivated to do it. One thing Maxwell talked about too is having that circle of trust, the circle of friends, people that you can go to and give you honest feedback and answer the questions that you have and ways to see if you can get better. Because that's ultimately what drives it, is find a way to improve and work within that team and do that. But it's always about getting feedback.